90 years ago, the Virginia Farm Bureau made our local farmers a promise to protect and preserve a way of life they worked so hard to establish. Today, our insurance agents work to protect all Virginians, not just farmers. We want to keep Virginia, Virginia. More information is at farmbureauadvantage.com.
Would you like to put your business in front of rural America and the ag community every week? We have sponsorship opportunities available that will do just that. Get in touch with us to hatch a new plan.
Hi everybody, welcome to Virginia Farming. I'm Amy Rocher. Today we visit a gleaning site where the Society of St. Andrew is gleaning the fields to feed the hungry. Then Chris Mullins has tips on creating a lazy potato bed from the ground up. We'll also have the Ag Calendar, a Minute in the Field video, and of course your Ag News of the Week, all on this edition of Virginia Farming. Virginia's farmers markets are now open throughout the state. In the most recent Census of Agriculture, the Commonwealth ranked 10th among all states in direct farm-to-consumer sales. Virginia boasts around 250 farmers markets now, compared to 85 markets in 2005. That represents a growth of almost 195% in 11 years, and the number of markets could grow. Many markets now accept credit cards and EBT SNAP benefits. Farmers markets have become a community gathering place, and visitors can track their purchases with a Farm Fresh Pledge punch card. For every $10 spent, shoppers get a punch on their card. Consumers who fill up all 14 slots on their card can give it to the market manager for entry into the monthly drawing for a chance to win a Virginia-grown, Virginia's Finest prize pack valued at up to $200. Pledge punch cards and marketing materials are available at participating Virginia farmers markets. Well, about 5 years ago, the brown marmorated stink bug migrated into Virginia and began damaging crops. Now, research is underway at Virginia Tech and USDA Research Center in Maryland to lure away the invasive pest by imitating the chemical pheromone it generates when eating. The goal of the 4-year project is to use genetic engineering to inject that protein into an expendable trap crop that would attract stink bugs away from the more valuable food crops, almost like creating protective barriers for those fields. A common mustard plant has been tentatively identified as a test host for the research, and scientists believe if they can engineer those plants, that method will be more sustainable than pesticides that affect a wide range of insects. Digital technology is fueling progress toward a higher quality beef supply. Thanks to web-based management tools and smartphone apps, collecting and analyzing data has never been easier. Bob Severa reports.
Planning ahead just got easier thanks to Management Minder, a digital tool for cattle producers from Kansas State and Iowa State Extension.
We know that a cow has a standard gestation length of, say, 283 days on average, and we have 365 days in the year. And so those facts set up certain things for us. And what we often need are little reminders to make sure we do things timely for that cow. And this tool, based on what you determine to be either your calving or breeding date, however you want to look at it, will allow you then to plan the things that that cow needs as well as her calf throughout the year.
The application can be accessed via computer, smartphone, or tablet. Producers can add events such as when to vaccinate into the database.
Once you've put those in, and you save them on this database, because then what will happen is next year you can just move it forward a year. But then you also push the send calendar button, and it sends to your email address a file that Outlook, Google, or Yahoo calendar systems can read. So you just put that into your calendar system, and it populates your device with those particular items. And you can set it up to ring, remind you, however you want that reminder to be, to keep you timely in your activities.
Getting the details right and on time can help improve beef quality.
As we look at all our management steps, we know that there are small changes during gestation can impact essentially the quality of that offspring in a variety of ways, so that managing nutrition during gestation, very important to future offspring. And then as we look at trying to grow and develop those calves, we also have essentially a weaning portion of it, so we're getting our preconditioning shots in there. You have flexibility in how you set that up, but essentially designed to remind you to do that and hopefully minimize the stress of those calves around weaning time and allow them to continue on and do well to produce good beef.
To find the tool, search Management Minder on the web. I'm Bob Cervera.
Thanks, Bob. The beef industry isn't the only ag sector looking to put their collected data to good use. The average farmer generates an enormous amount of data every time he or she runs modern farm equipment. Now, up until now, one challenge has been finding ways to easily access that data and put it to use on the farm. A new initiative among several land-grant universities, agricultural information companies, and the American Farm Bureau Federation seeks to bridge that gap. The newly formed Agricultural Data Coalition offers farmers a place to send all the data they're generating so it can be held and aggregated for them. Many farmers either have little access to data generated by their tractors and other devices, or they have to send it to their corporate partners. Virginia Farm Bureau believes that data is the property of the farmers who generated it, and the coalition is working to give them better control of how it's shared, stored, and used. The Agricultural Data Coalition wants to help a grower become more efficient, using his own data to lead to better profitability. Growers who want to learn more about the Agricultural Data Coalition can visit the group's website, agdatacoalition.org, and sign up for email updates. Well, it's hard to believe with the large number of people going hungry that food waste is actually a problem. But one Virginia ministry is helping to eliminate both problems. We'll talk to Betty Heischman with the Society of St. Andrew next on Ag Insights. Today we're in Clearbrook, Virginia, and we're visiting a cornfield that's being gleaned by the Society of St. Andrew. I'm joined by one of their gleaning coordinators here in the Winchester area, Betty Heischman. Betty, thank you so much for having us out today.
You're very welcome.
Can you give us some background about the Society of St. Andrew?
Yes, I can. It was started in the early 80s by two families who had a vision for doing something with all the food that's going to waste in this country. And so they worked for a while and things didn't develop right away, but they finally got a break when a farmer offered them a tractor trailer load of sweet potatoes. And so for there they went into accepting loads of sweet potatoes and dropping them off at different agencies and churches and organizations that would bag those potatoes and distribute them locally to their agencies. So that has been going on ever since. So that was the start, and then we come into the gleaning a little bit later, and that's where we got interested. At a church conference, we found out and talked to the founders and found out what was happening, and we was very impressed because there's so much food in this area that goes to waste. And you drive through the orchards and you drive down the roads and you see it all. So anyway, that's how we got involved, and we've been there ever since.
So really the Society of St. Andrew was formed to help feed the hungry.
It was a dream of the two families that they could feed every family in America with what is going to waste.
Okay.
And that actually is a true reality. In 2010, the USDA said that 1/3 of all the crops grown in this country go to waste. They're never used. So that's a third. If you take that by how many people actually don't have food, it's just the idea of how you get it from where it's at to those that need it. And this gleaning is just perfect. And because we find the farmers, or they find us, they give us a call, we send out the word to all of our volunteers, and set up a date, a time, and we go out and gather the food. And then we have a schedule of all the agencies in the area and out of the area that take food, and we know what day they give out food, so we can offer it to them fresh.
Okay.
And hopefully what we got here today will be on tables tonight.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about gleaning. What does the word gleaning mean?
It is gathering usable food that is not going to be used by the farmer. He has all he wants, and he has a certain amount left. In Bible times, in the Old Testament times, gleaning was the word used for all the farmers would leave the corners of their fields. They wouldn't touch them. So the widows and the travelers and people coming through would have something to eat.
So the Society of St. Andrew has really grown. How many offices are there in the United States?
I think there are 15, I know there are 15 states that we have offices in.
Okay.
Virginia has one main office, which I work with, and then in each state there's different groups like the Winchester district, and there's
Right.
different districts where the coordinators do the work.
And the headquarters for the Society of St. Andrew is here in Virginia, correct?
Yes, it's in Big Island, Virginia, very close to Lynchburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
What types of food do you guys generally glean?
Okay.
We've seen corn. We're in the middle of a cornfield. Is corn, or is it a myriad of different things?
It's anything that grows in this area that is available to us. Any crop, any vegetable, any fruit that's available. And we've gleaned just about everything there is. This week we're doing more corn. We did peaches yesterday. Tomorrow we're gleaning tomatoes. The next day we'll be back here for corn, and then it just goes in cycles. However, whatever's fresh right now is what we're going after.
And all of this is run strictly with volunteers,
Yes,
correct?
it's all volunteer work. It's nobody paid.
So how do you find the fields? How do farmers find you, or do you go find the farmers? How does that work?
Well, it kind of works both ways, and what you're doing here with this interview is a big way to help, because people that aren't aware that this is happening can be informed as to what we're doing, and that's how it kind of grows from one. And then volunteers go back home to their church and community, and they tell what we did and that they enjoyed it, so it spreads
Okay.
that way.
So this morning we've seen corn being gleaned here in this field. It was picked, it was bagged by the dozen, and it was put into this van, and another truck has already left.
Yes.
Where will this corn end up, and how does it get there?
Okay. Today, most of the corn will be here in this local area because we don't have any volunteers. We did have 2 volunteers from McLean, Virginia, and they took back to a place called Share in McLean. But other than that, this corn today will be distributed locally. Probably Salvation Army, several soup kitchens. I will be taking some by the senior centers in Winchester and Stephen City. And that's, just basically where it'll go.
Now, the soup kitchens and places like that, do you go by there because you know there's a need, or have they contacted you to say, anything you get, please drop it off, we can use it?
No, mostly we contact them to see if they want any of our products, and mostly they do.
So who handles that? Who handles the logistics of, okay, this soup kitchen around the Winchester area is going to need corn today?
Okay.
Who
Okay.
does that? And
Okay. Well, I have a list, and I know by memory what days these pantries give out: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. So we know if we pick corn here today, we don't want to deliver it to one that's not going to give it out until Monday. We wanted one where it's going to go out fresh today. So that's what we do.
And
I handle that.
Okay.
Yeah, putting that together.
And you mentioned the word fresh, and I think that's so important because I keep reading about, number one, all the waste, the food that is wasted in our country. And number two, about the quality of food that soup kitchens and food pantries are getting donated. It's all canned and very processed food. They don't have access maybe to something that's fresh all the time. So.
Right. Yeah, and another problem too is that it wasn't a problem before, but it is now because people are used to eating that type of processed food. We have to educate people at these pantries and all. We have to educate them on how to prepare this food because they're not used to fresh food. I had a load one day. I was unloading on a very poor section of town at a little church, and 3 boys come down the street, young boys, and I said, hey, you guys, you want to help me? And I had all these boxes of heavy cucumbers, and I said, help me carry these down these steps. So they did, and we finished. I gave them each a cucumber, and they didn't know what it was.
And that's here in Virginia, where we kind of feel like everybody knows about agriculture and everybody has access to it, but they don't.
They don't. Evidently, these young boys had not been in a grocery store because it was strange. They didn't even know what this was. So it's really a different time, and we've got to, instead of just handing them something, we have to educate them on how it's to be used and how they can take advantage of it.
Okay. So when it comes down to the farmer, are there advantages for the farmer to be associated with the Society of St. Andrew?
Okay. Well, here in Virginia, there is a state tax credit that they receive. It's a small amount they get for how many ever pounds. I have to keep records and make reports on each gleaning of who was here and all that, and how many pounds we took out. And they will give them, they divide it up. All the farmers don't get a total credit for it, but they divide it up between all the farmers for how much they're allowed for the state, and they do get something.
Okay, all right. Now, if a farmer wants to become part of this gleaning process with the Society of St. Andrew, what should they do?
They can contact St. Andrew at endhunger.org, or they can call them at 800-333-4597, or they can contact me at my email is gleaningworks@gmail.com.
Well, the farmer that planted all of this corn is here this morning, and we're going to go talk to him. Betty, thank you so much for having us out.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we've caught up with Bill Klein. He's the farmer who owns and planted all the corn that's being gleaned today. Bill, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So give us an idea of the size of this corn plot.
There's between 6.5 and 7 acres here.
Okay, and this is all sweet corn, and what do you do with that sweet corn?
We have a small fruit stand here and we sell most of it right there, but what's left over we call the Society of St. Andrews in, and they harvest what we leave.
Okay, why do you do that?
I've been blessed with an abundant amount of corn, and we plant corn every week, and we move on to fresher and better corn.
So I'm looking at the corn that these guys have picked, and it looks perfectly good to me. Why is this corn being left behind?
It's just being left behind because we move on to the next one before it gets further on in development.
Okay. What are some of the advantages of being involved with the Society of St. Andrew?
Being involved with St. Andrews has enabled me to pick up extra tax credits from Society of St. Andrews. They write the credits, and they've been very good.
Well, is this something you would suggest other farmers do?
Sure. Anybody that's got anything left over, I mean, there's too many hungry people out there today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
We'll be right back. Planting and harvesting potatoes can be a lot of hard work. Today, Chris Mullins shows us how to create a lazy potato bed from the ground up.
Well, hi and welcome. Today we're at the Fauquier Education Farm. We're with the Executive Director, Mr. Jim Hankins. Jim, thanks for letting us come out here today. We're going to be talking a little bit about potatoes, how to maybe grow. We're talking about Irish potatoes or white potatoes, right?
Yep.
And I know gardeners are interested in that. Some of them do it, some of them dig furrows, plant their potatoes, and it's a lot of work. But you're going to show us a little easier way to do that maybe today.
This is literally called a potato lazy bed.
All right, okay, I like that. Well, how do you start? What do you do here?
Well, what we've done here was we first plowed the soil, prepared it, and then established furrows.
Okay.
And spaced the potatoes out there at about 14, 16 inches, and then covered the entire area with 6 to 8 inches of hay or straw. We have both hay and straw in this patch.
Okay, okay. So you just start with potatoes, normal potatoes.
Yep.
And you just lay them down, or what do you do with them?
Yep, you literally, with a lazy bed potato production, you literally can put them right on top of the soil and never cover them with soil. You're going to cover them with the hay mulch.
Okay.
The advantages to doing that is the potatoes can come up through this thick layer of hay mulch very successfully. It's going to suppress most of your weeds. It's going to hold all of your moisture, or most of your moisture, down there where the potatoes really need it.
Okay.
And one of the great advantages is at the end of the season, all of this hay mulch will just decompose and become more organic matter for your soil.
Wow, I like that, because weeding is one of the most difficult tasks in the garden.
Yep.
And so by putting this thick layer, and it is a thick layer, right?
It is a very thick layer. You've got to have 6 to 8 inches for this to work.
Okay, okay.
You know, what is really beautiful, we are, as I said, it's very, very dry outside, and if you can come here and look at this moisture that's underneath here, and if you do not get it thick enough, you do not suppress the weeds. And the more organic matter you're putting in the soil is great. People are very familiar with going out during the middle of the summer and hilling their potatoes,
Right.
raking more soil on to keep the potatoes covered. By covering it the right way in the early season with this good 6 to 8 inch thick layer, it's a lazy bed.
I like that. I like that.
And then what's really beautiful is most of the potatoes will form right at the top of the soil. You pull the hay back, and there they are without any digging required.
Well, that's great. That is truly wonderful. And you know, we talk to gardeners all the time, and we say maybe you should irrigate for your garden to have a good yield. But with all this straw and hay on here, it keeps that moisture down. So you don't really need to irrigate here, do you?
No, I typically don't irrigate potatoes. You know, they're coming in early in the season, which is normally a moist part of the year.
Well, Jim, this is great. I understand the advantages. What do you do with all this straw afterwards, after the production season?
Well, that's one of the great things about this method, is that we're improving the soil for next year. We really literally are just composting this hay right in place. I'm going to leave it right here, and by next spring it will be ready to incorporate. I've created a great habitat for worms, a lot of beneficial insects, and I'm just adding fertility to the soil.
Makes perfect sense. This big field, you put in a lot of big round bales here because it's a large field.
Yeah.
Most gardeners wouldn't need to do that because those bales are huge. What can they find, and how can they do this on a small scale?
Anybody at any local feed store can buy a couple bales, square bales, of wheat straw, Just go in and ask for straw. It works beautifully. You can cover a 10-foot by 8-foot area with maybe 2 square bales of straw, and it works really well.
Perfect, great. Thanks so much. And for more information about potato production, please contact your local county extension office and talk to a master gardener. From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins, and we'll see you next time.
Taking a look at the ag calendar, a small farm berry and vegetable field day will be held June 9th at VSU's Randolph Farm. You'll find small farm outreach, berry production, and aquaculture information, and USDA resources will also be available. To register for this free event, call the number on your screen. That does it for our show. Thanks for watching. Remember, Virginia Farming is a production of viewer-supported WVPT Public Media. WVPT relies on contributions from viewers like you. So if you appreciate Virginia Farming and want to help us keep bringing it to you each week, please consider making a donation to support WVPT. Thanks and have a great week. I'm Amy Rocher for Virginia Farming.
90 years ago, the Virginia Farm Bureau made our local farmers a promise to protect and preserve a way of life they work so hard to establish. We want to keep Virginia, Virginia. Anyone can be a Farm Bureau member, and there's a local Farm Bureau in every county. More information is at vafarmbureau.org.
Would you like to put your business in front of rural America and the ag community every week? We have sponsorship opportunities available that will do just that. Contact us to find out how you can milk it for all it's worth.
There are 30,000 roadway accidents each year involving cars and farm machinery. Farmers will be moving equipment for planting and harvest season. The slow-moving vehicle triangle in red and fluorescent orange colors and flashing lights allow for quick identification. When you see an SMV sign on farm equipment, slow down, prepare for sudden stops and slow turns. Motor vehicle safety starts with you.